Hey guys, it's me Ash, back here at anerdlife playing some Feed the Beast. This is episode 2. We're back in our little camp. This time it's actually more like our first episode of Feed the Beast, because we're going to actually be doing some Feed the Beast related activities. Episode 1 was more like an introduction to the game, to sort of give you some information about Feed the Beast and what it is and how it compares to Tekkit and so forth. Now we're actually going to get into our production facilities. We're going to start building our factory, which, if you don't know, we're going to be building a weapons manufacturing company. Heck yeah. We're going to be Nick Caging it up, and as you can see, we've done some building, and I'm going to go ahead and show you that. Boom. It's not done. I didn't have quite as much time to build it as I thought I was. I didn't get to do a time lapse of it, unfortunately. But here it is. It's the factory. I'm going to build it. We're going to do some more stuff on the outside to make it look a little bit less plain. But we got our entry. We got our little eaves things, and then we got little ridges and stuff. I think it looks pretty solid. And over here, it's just plain on Jane. I got a little bridge across the way to get over there easier. I think what we're going to do is I'll give you guys a tour of the factory building in a minute. But first we got to do some building, and to answer your question of what do I do first in Feed the Beast, well, if you haven't played Tekkit, then you probably don't know. But if you have played Tekkit, then you do know that the first thing you should probably build is a generator. And since we already have one of these from episode 1 right here in our inventory, the next thing we're going to need is a macerator. And in macerator, you're going to need some flint, you're going to need some cobblestone, you're going to need a machine block, and you're going to need an electronic circuit. Now, we have all these, or I have all these, in our inventory already. Mostly because I've already recorded this a little bit, and then my computer crashed, so I've made the stuff, and I don't want to have to make it again. So I'm just going to show you how to make it. The electronic circuit is going to be something you make over and over again, so you're going to memorize this stuff. You need some redstone, you need refined iron, and then you need some copper cable. And in order to make refined iron, you just take yourself an iron ingot, just a standard iron ingot, and you pop it into your furnace, and it'll cook again and turn into refined iron. In order to... what else is there? In order to get this copper cable, you need to line up your rubber from your rubber trees, which I can show you in a minute, along the top and bottom or the sides of a row of copper ingots. And I believe with shapeless crafting, you can just set a piece of rubber next to some uninsulated copper cable, which you just use with copper, across the middle to make it into copper cable, which is kind of silly, but I'd usually do it this way. You get 6 copper cables for every time you put that pattern together. You need 6 for a single circuit, so you're going to be making a ton of copper cable. Okay, what are we going to build this macerator? We've got all the components we need. We have our circuit here, we have our machine block here, and we have our flint, and I think, yeah, we have cobblestone. So this is actually a pretty easy machine to build, and if you have your stuff up to date, you can just hit this question mark here, and it'll put a little ghost shape of what you need to put in there, so you don't have to go back and forth if you forget or whatever. So you'll put your stuff in there just like this. On cobblestone on either side. Macerator. There we have it. We have our macerator. Now let's check out what it takes to make an extractor, because that's what I think we should maybe just have around. Now I don't really think we need this necessarily, and I don't really think you would need it necessarily if you took the time to plant some rubber trees. We need another electronic circuit and another machine block, which I don't have enough iron for this, to be honest. So we'll wait until later to build this thing. We do have the tree taps. We do have enough materials probably to make an electronic circuit. But we would need 8 more pieces of refined iron, because it is, to make a machine block, you need a square shape of refined iron, and I only have like 1 more iron ingot left. So we'll do that next episode, or in between episodes. I will explain to you what it is as I go out here and gather this rubber, because we've undoubtedly got some more. As you can see, I've got these trees planted from last episode. These are my rubber trees, and I'll show you how to manage these bad boys right now. You're going to need a tree tap first and foremost, which I already have one in my inventory, so we'll use the rest of this one up. They do break pretty quickly because they have a low durability, but you can make an electronic one later on to save yourself the hassle and we'll probably end up doing that on a future episode, well into the future. Let's get these sugar canes out of the way. Put them in our little... Been putting all of my agricultural stuff into this chest here, so I've got plenty of stuff just saved up. Let's see. So, you get your tree tap, and then you look around these, and you're going to be asking, if you haven't ever seen this, you're going to be asking, why the heck don't these things have leaves? Well, they don't. They do have leaves to start. As you can see, these 2 or 3 stacks of leaves that are on the top, that's how you can identify a rubber tree apart from a normal tree. So you're out in the wilderness, and they normally are in like the swamps mostly. So you find yourself a swamp biome, and then you look for trees that have these weird stacks of leaves on the very top of their trunk. Now the rest of the tree is going to look normal. It'll just have this protrusion. Then once you get a sapling from one, and you plant it, and you grow it, you're going to want to trim the sides off. Now, you don't have to trim all of it off. You just want to trim the sides of the trunk. It's just easier if you trim the entire tree. I like to leave the 3 on the top. And then you can see the sides of the trunk all the way up to the top, because you're going to be wanting to look for these little spots. Now, it may look different if you're playing with Sphax or something, but they're going to be noticeable regardless. You take your tree tap and you right-click on it once, and then it'll pop out. And as you can see, it has the shape of it still, and you can keep hitting it, and it may pop out some more, but you don't want to do that. You do not want to do that. Once you do it enough times, it'll disappear, and it will no longer produce sap. But if you just do it once, and then leave it, it'll produce sap at a fairly quick rate. You'll be getting sap left and right, and then, well, it's not, I say it's sap, it's actually called sticky resin. And then you'll cook your sticky resin in a furnace of some sort, and it'll turn into rubber. And then you'll use your rubber on all sorts of stuff. At the beginning, you'll use it on a bunch of copper cables and stuff like that. I think we've got all of our rubber here. Okay, we've got the rubber. I'll go ahead and cook it, and we'll take our machines over to the factory, and we'll get that portion of the episode started. Alright, we got 12 more, man. We've got so much rubber right now. I've got a whole stack already just of rubber, just from these trees, just from like wandering by and tapping them every once in a while as I'm doing other things. Alright, so we've got our generator and we've got our macerator. Those are the 2 machines you're going to want to build first and foremost. Now, the entry here is not finished. I haven't decided what exactly I want to do. I just have a little area that we go through. We step on these little pads to open the door. Now, you can see I have a ton of lights and a ton of torches. Unfortunately, this version of Feed the Beast, as I said in the first episode, doesn't have redstone, or red power mod. So there's no lamps. These redstone lamps here are the only lamps. So you have these and you have torches. That's pretty much what you have to light. And neither of them are very good. So the reason I have all these on the floor and all these on the ceiling is because after I have these on the ceiling and in the corners, there's still massive amounts of mobs just spawning everywhere. And even after I put a bunch of torches down, they're still spawning everywhere. So that probably took me the longest, just killing the mobs over and over and over again, and then trying to figure out where they're spawning in the room. I think I've got it managed. As you can see, we're going all the way up. This thing at this time has 3 floors. Up here, I started testing out a new lighting situation. I'm not sure if we're going to keep it. It doesn't really give any more light than a single torch does, but it does look kind of cool. So there's that. As you can see, this lighting system, I mean, there's other ways to do it, but just having a switch on it on the block and turning the block into a power source for them is just the easiest way. But it does look kind of silly with all these switches everywhere. But we are going to phase them out for sure whenever the next version of Tekkit, or not Tekkit, my god, Feed the Beast comes out. We will switch out, go to a regular lamp situation, and also have some other plans with the lamps. We're going to do a sign outside, and we're going to change a little bit of the structuring to include lamps as well. Now, I think we're going to start on the bottom floor. Now, you can see in this corner, as I was walking up, that is like our little... I mean, in buildings, you don't really see them too much because they're like built into the wall, but it's usually just a room with stairs in it, and it's like if the elevator's down, you take the stairs up to the 20th floor, or wherever you're going. That's sort of what this is, and we've got a little circular type of doorways around each one. Looks pretty cool, I think. And now I'm going to do some more stuff to it, but I'm really waiting for lamps because I really want to do a lot of lighting type stuff. I think we're going to build over here against this wall to start. We'll end up moving things around, but this is where we're going to begin our work. We got our generator here. We've got our macerator. Now, if you didn't know, a generator provides power by cooking coal and turning it into electricity. That's pretty much the gist of it. Actually, this is silly. I could just use one. Then I use a copper cable to link the two. So I put some coal into my generator, it starts cooking it up, and this will slowly fill, and that's sort of a reservoir for energy. You're saving up energy. The problem is it doesn't save very much, so you're essentially wasting coal, wasting good energy. But it does show this red thing. It does mean that the macerator is being provided with power. So that's all you really need. So if what a macerator does, and I'll go ahead and explain the obvious stuff just for the people that haven't played Tekkit and want to try Feed the Beast. A macerator will take, say, a piece of ore, and it will crush it, and it will crush it into dust. Now you're thinking, why would I want to do that? Well, all you're going to do with the dust is cook it again. But one ore will turn into 2 dusts. So essentially you're doubling the yield that you're getting from mining. So for every one, say, iron ore block you put in here, you get 2 iron dusts and essentially 2 iron ingots. So you're doubling it. So that's why this is one of the most important machines you're going to get. And maybe it won't be as important later on when you're just getting tons and tons of materials from your quarries and stuff. But it's important now because you're just starting out. You're going to need all the material you can get. And I'll put some cobblestone in here just to show you how it works, because I don't have any standard ore on me right now. If you macerate cobble, it turns it into sand. But you can see that it is having an effect. Unfortunately, it doesn't turn it into 2 sand, because that would be kind of cool. But it does turn it into sand. It does stuff. Now, I do think, actually, that I know where some ore is. So let's go mine that ore. We can have a little chit chat. Now we're going the wrong way. This room is confusing me. Okay, we're gonna go back out this way to our mine. Oh god, there's so many monsters. I don't remember this many monsters being in there. Okay, let's how many arrows we have? We got 11 arrows. That's pretty good. Let's kill these skeletons first. Making sound effects. Damn it. Why is he running? Oh. I don't care. I don't even care. Get his arrows. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, here's some ore, though. So once we kill this guy... Alright. What is this stuff? I can never tell what it is right off the bat. I think it's iron, though. Tin. It's tin. We actually need some tin, I think. We're going to need to make some batteries later. So we've got that tin. I think I saw some coal over here. Get this. Do we have any more torches? No, I only have 1 redstone torch right now. Alright. It's alright, though. It's alright. We're going to get in and get out. Just need to get this coal. Alright, we got the coal. Now, we're gonna have to dig our way out here. Good thing about putting in iron doors and then controlling them with buttons or pads like that is that monsters can't follow you in if you leave the door open. Okay. And we have plenty of monsters to fend off. Let's see. Okay, what were we doing? What the hell were we doing? We're just gonna do is test out our master. That's what we're doing. Okay, let's put this tin ore in. Oh shit. It's right outside the wall here is a spider. Okay, so let's watch it work. We're going to get 2 tin dusts from this. And while that's cooking, let's just show you one in case you don't believe me. Come on, you bugger. Alright, 10 dust times 2. So we've effectively, once we cook those 2 tin dust and 2 ingots, essentially we've doubled our yield from just one session of mining. So we're heading over here while that cooks to get our, I think I have a spare furnace because we're going to need it. Now, I think on next episode when we build our extractor, we're also going to build ourselves an electric furnace so we can utilize the energy that our generator is producing to cook stuff, because otherwise we're using double the amount of coal. We're using coal to power our generator, and we're also using coal to cook stuff. Okay. Let's just, this is a temporary one, we're going to use it. Alright, we got 6 tin dust from 3 tin ore. Cook that shit. Awesome. Awesome. So, that's what this is. This is it. And really, I guess all I really want to do to end this episode is show you some of the cool stuff that I want to build that you can look up. You can look forward to seeing me put together. I think I don't know why. There's nobody else playing on the server. But I really want to build a mailbox, and I've tested this out on another server, and it really is badass. You can put it next to all sorts of stuff, and it will work with that stuff, like a trading box or whatever the hell they're called. You can put that next to it, and you can make it trade stuff over the mail. And say if I built one and you built one, I could put in messages to send to you. That's the simple part, but I can also put in the trade stuff into another tab, and it costs stamps to do this sort of stuff. And a stamp, you have different stamps, and the more stuff you attach to a mail. So if you're sending items, the more items you attach, the more stamps you're going to have. But say this simple stamp here, it's just some apatite and paper and honey drop, which is actually kind of friggin' expensive, but it does give you 9, and that's all you really need for one message. So that is badass, and I say it's badass because I've been in plenty of servers where you just can never get a hold of someone because they're never in game when you are or something, and you want to try to get their attention so you can trade with them or ask them for help or whatever the case is. If you're on a big server, these mailboxes just frickin' rule. I mean, they're good for trading, so they're good for your server's economy. They're good for messaging other people, so they're good for the communication of the server. They're just really cool all around. What else do we have here? We got a craft packet stamper. I have no idea what that is. We'll build it. We'll build it. I don't care. I don't give a shit. We'll just build it all. We'll build every single thing. I mean, as you can see, there's plenty to build. Even though Tekkit may have a little bit more, I'm not even sure if that's true. But there's plenty of stuff to do in this game. Plus some new stuff that you have never seen in Tekkit. So, man, just really look forward to building stuff with you guys. So, I think that's about all here. What is that? What was that? I saw something cool. I saw something cool just now. No, it's not that. Where was it? It looked like a Doom helmet. I need to see it. I need to see it right now. It was in this area when I was scrolling through. Ah, there it is. A scuba helmet. Oh, okay. Scuba helmet. I wouldn't need that. Orange dye, some rubber, glass, iron bars. I'm guessing this is pretty self-explanatory. It lets you breathe underwater. I want one of those. I want one of those right now. It's really cheap too. We're going to build that next time. So stay tuned. Episode 3, building a scuba helmet. It was probably in Tekkit as well. I just didn't notice it. So, but I'm excited about it. Do you want to be excited with me? Be excited for me. Something. Just get on my side. And next time on Tekkit, or fuck me, on Feed the Beast, we're going to be doing all sorts of stuff. Helmets. Scuba helmets is number 1 on the list. We don't need one. We're going to have one anyway. Scuba helmet's number 1. Maybe an electric furnace. Maybe a solar panel. maybe a quarry. We're going to do all that stuff. Those are the most important things that I think we should start off with. We're going to have a quarry ASAP because, I mean, sometimes you take your time towards the quarry, just do your manual digging, but we're not about that shit. Why do I need to dig my own holes when I can just get a machine to dig a big-ass hole for me? That's right up my alley. That's why I'm here playing Feed the Beast and not playing Minecraft. We're playing Feed the Beast so big holes can be dug for us. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to get to. So stay tuned here on Need for Speed, where we're going to race our car. I'm an idiot. Stay tuned here on Nerd Life on Feed the Beast Episode 3, where we do all sorts of awesome shit. Nerd Life out.